Good evening, Drew.
Hey, Paul.
How are you?
I tried to launch Skype 4 times,
Uh-oh.
and every time I type Spotify instead of Skype. That's to tell you about where I'm at mentally. Buddy, I am so tired. I'll be ready for this week to be over in about 15 minutes. How are you? What's going on?
Just getting through the week.
Yeah?
Tired as well. But excited to talk to you.
How's that Bandad life?
It's good. It's good. He has his first competition on Saturday, so we'll be going to somewhere, I don't know, somewhere far away to see that. It'll be good.
Is that tomorrow?
Saturday.
Saturday.
Yep, Saturday.
Okay. And he still likes it?
He likes band. So
nice.
Yeah.
Okay. Man, I don't even know where to start this week. There's all kinds of stuff going on, man. Where do you want to start?
You know what? Since we're talking about band, Drew, I have an amazing marketing opportunity for us.
Okay. Well, it's in all caps in the doc. So what do you got for me?
So, my son is in band, and one of the things they do is, they compete in competitions and whatnot. And
wait a minute. Mm-hmm. Are you going to try to sell me a mattress?
Nope.
Okay.
Nope. In October, I think it's like the first week of October. I don't know. Dates are not important. The high school Zachary goes to, they host a band competition. It's a big money raising event, and concessions and whatnot. And we have an opportunity, Drew. We have an opportunity to take out an ad in the Taze Valley Golden Sound band competition. What's the word I'm looking for? Like the program.
Hey, Paul. Paul, hold on. Before we really get into this, and we are gonna play in this space in about 30 seconds, but I have to know how much for a full page ad.
It's 20.
It can't be more. It can't be more than $20.
Okay,
right?
no, $25 gets you like the ad about the size of a business card, and $50 gets us a quarter of a page.
Can we get a whole page?
I don't know.
All right. Okay. All right. So the first question I have for you is, what do we want to sell? Do we want to take out a podcast ad?
I mean, I think we should promote the podcast.
Okay. All right. Done. Okay. Sold. Okay. So now.
Okay. But how?
What? But how? All right.
Like if you were telling somebody, hey, you should listen to this podcast, and someone says, what is it about? Do you say like, well, it's mostly about buying stuff and being old? I don't know.
All right. I got it.
Okay.
It's good. Okay. So okay. Here's the pitch.
Okay.
The pitch is, it's me and you.
Okay.
It's a picture of us eating a corn dog but missing, and smearing mustard over our faces. And just at the bottom it says, I'm sure they're doing their best, and a link. Or no, better yet, a QR code. That's idea number one.
Oh, I like that.
Oh. Or like maybe we can just like reproduce their Nirvana cover and just and just put like our podcast on it.
Yeah. just like in really bad Photoshop.
When is this due?
I don't know.
When do we have?
I'm gonna have to find out.
We have to do it.
I know we do. Yeah,
we have to do it. Oh my god.
It's an untapped market, really. I mean, we might get.
What about like
a dozen listeners?
Yeah,
one time maybe.
Somebody's gonna do it by accident and be really mad.
Yeah.
Oh God, what are we gonna do?
Well, you think about it. I will try to get more details, and we'll do some more planning next episode. But yeah.
What about if it's just us looking really concerned with booze?
just staring at a bottle of whiskey.
or like the Statue of Liberty with like Zach's face on it.
Nice.
And then a link to the podcast.
I'm sure he would really appreciate that.
Oh my God. Like, first of all, you can't tell him. Like, if we take out this ad and if we take out this ad, you can't tell him. Just see if he notices.
Oh.
Yeah, we have to do this. All right,
Okay,
listeners,
okay,
listen.
okay.
Listen. If you have ideas for this ad, we need them. We need them by early next week, like the day this podcast comes out on a Monday. We need your ideas. Tweet at us, email us. I don't care. We need ideas. We're going to do this. I don't care what it costs. We're going to take out this ad. We're going to advertise the podcast. We need ideas. I still think us sloppily eating corn dogs is probably the best one I've got right now.
I like it.
We can't get lewd, can we?
I would imagine it's a high school band competition. No.
All right, yeah.
And I can't imagine there can be much innuendo.
Yeah.
But yeah.
How about just the word butts?
I like it. Just and then a QR code.
That might be it. Just like Comic Sans, the words butts, and then just a QR code that takes you to the iTunes. It takes you to the iTunes podcast page or the website. I don't know.
Yeah.
All right. Let's stew on that. We need ideas, folks. Okay. As long as this isn't due by like tomorrow, if it's due sometime next week, we should definitely get this done.
I'll find out and let you know.
Or just a picture of a corn dog. Like go like heat up some corn dogs in your kitchen and just take a picture of them.
I do have some corn dogs in the freezer.
That might just be it. Just like a picture of a corn dog on a paper plate.
I like
and
it.
A QR code.
Yep.
There's got to be ways to generate QR codes, right? QR code.
Oh, yeah.
Generator. Oh my God. QR code generator.
Yeah.
Let's see here. HTTPS : oh, we don't have HTTP.
No, we don't.
HTTP. Doing their best. Yeah. Oh my God. It's so easy. And then dude, we're done. All right, we got this. So it's something with a QR code. Take them to the podcast. Oh, poor Zach. Oh, that's hilarious. All right, yeah, I'm all in on that. Okay, what are we talking about next? Because I've got a lot of things also going on that isn't on this list, so I'm sort of game to talk about whatever.
Where do you want to go, Drew?
I don't care. Pick a place.
Let's just do the next thing.
All right. Yeah, I really fucked up. I really fucked up our planet this week.
What'd you do? What did you put in it or take out of it?
I put something in it.
Okay.
So, my new kink is taking care of my yard. I didn't realize how much I would like this. I thought for now I would sort of be kind of over mowing a big yard and taking care of things, but I find myself going to home garden centers and spending money on things that I don't need, like fancy hose reels and gardening tools and other things. But one thing that's sort of been stuck in my craw since I moved in here is I now have a concrete driveway. I used to have a blacktop driveway or asphalt driveway at my last house. I'd have a concrete driveway and a concrete path out of my front door. And there's some little weeds that are sort of growing between the slabs of concrete. So I've sort of tried my best to like eliminate some of these weeds. And like, I didn't want to use weed killer, but like I ran out of options really fast. Like I tried a weed whacker and I just couldn't get in there and get them out. I tried using like a knife, couldn't get them out because like the concrete's too close together. So I broke down and I went and bought like Roundup, which apparently still gives you cancer, but whatever. And like I bought like the big jumbo size, and it actually has like a built-in pump, and I was spraying that over my driveway and over my walkway. And what else I noticed is that shortly after we moved into this house, on the front street, like the actual street that my house like street address is on, they recently redid all the curbs. So like they chopped out the curbs and replaced like the street drains and everything, and it looks new, and they repaved and everything looks good. But the little tiny road that is probably 50 yards long coming from the main road into my subdivision, which is where my driveway is. They didn't do that road. I don't know why, but they didn't do that road. And on either side of that road, it looks like they haven't done it forever. There's a lot of weeds growing there. So like after I got done spraying my driveway and everything, I just started spraying everything.
Oh.
Yeah, like I just kind of got wild with it. Like I literally used that whole spray can, and I probably used way too much. So I probably did a bad thing here, and I don't know how I feel about it.
There's worse things. You know, you're not a factory burning coal, so meh.
Yeah, but I just, I don't know, man. Like, I don't know how else to get rid of them.
Yeah, I would do the same thing.
Yeah, I just feel really weird about it. And plus, like all these weed killers are like super toxic, right? Like, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it. Like, I feel weird. Like, I did that last week, and like, I've sort of checked on it over the past few days, and I've just been sort of noticing that things are dying. They're not dying as fast as I thought they would. So, like, as much as I sprayed, and I used damn near that whole thing, and we're talking like at least a gallon of weed killer.
That's a lot of weed killer.
It's a lot of weed killer, and I really did my best to get rid of it, but it's still coming back. I don't know.
Yeah, well,
I just had to I had to get that confession off my chest.
If they're dying, now's a good time to grab them and pull them out by the roots.
Yeah,
get your hands dirty.
Yeah, get my hands dirty all the time. All right, enough about my weed killer problems. You never reached out to me about this next topic. So
okay, no, because I did the $1 for the first month trial. I figured $1 was better than the deal you could get me. I will be hitting. I'll be hitting you up for Xbox Game Pass. I want to talk about my Xbox Series S, Drew, because I am full of commentary.
Okay, tell me what's going on here. What are you thinking?
Okay, so first, I want to ask you a question, Drew. Let's say you have a device, and that device is that the device has two qualities. One, it is producing audio, so it's making noise, whether out of itself or some sort of connected speaker. It is playing audio, and it has a headphone jack. Okay? Mm-hmm. So it's playing audio, it's playing your favorite song, whatever. And you plug your headphones into the headphone jack. What do you expect to happen?
I expected to transfer the audio there.
Okay, so the audio is coming out of your headphones?
I would assume.
And not out of the speakers it was playing at before?
That's usually how it works.
Someone needs to fucking tell Microsoft that, because that is not how the Xbox works.
Okay.
And it pisses me off.
Well, wait a minute. You're talking about the jack on the controller, right?
Yes.
Yeah, but that's only for voice communication.
No. It is absolutely not.
No. Okay.
It plays the whole. In fact, this is how it happened. I was playing a game. I often play with headphones. Because I don't, my family doesn't need to hear my games, and my son's computer is in the same room as where the Xbox is, and he doesn't need to be bothered. So I plug the controller has a little jack in the bottom. You can plug headphones into it, and the audio sort of came out of the headphones. I put the headphones on. I'm like, great, this is perfect. And my son stops playing his game. He turns around. He looks at me. He looks at the TV.
He said, "Hey, Grandpa."
He turns back. He turns back, looks at the television, looks at me. He's like, "Is that supposed to be making noise?" And I was like, "No." I took off the headphones, and sure as shit, there was still noise coming out of my speakers. And I'm like, "What the hell?" And I went and looked for a setting. I unplugged the headphones. I plugged it back in. And like I searched on the internet, and it's just full of like Xbox stands going, "You can fucking mute your computer, like your television." Like, oh, that's not how people expect headphones to work. It makes me mad. Every time I have to mute when I plug headphones in, it makes me mad. The same thing happens if you connect with the wireless headset. I tried that. Mm-hmm. Same thing happens. It's wrong. It's just wrong. It's wrong. Microsoft should throw the whole damn thing away and cancel it. It's over. They can't do it.
Okay. Well, tell me how you really feel.
So I've got more thoughts. Disclaimer: I am a PlayStation fanboy. Always have been. Always will be. The Xbox Series S only solidified that with me.
Oh no.
It's a good. It's good. It's good. If let's I have a list. Let's work through my list.
Okay, go through your list.
It's ugly. It's ugly. Remember, I have the Xbox Series S. All of my problems could be the fact that I didn't spend the extra whatever money to buy the Series
$9,000.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah. I think it's smaller. The box it's like half of a shoebox. It's kind of ugly. It's not like, I just think it needs some rounded corners. It's too square. It just kind of like, I'm an Xbox. Though I will have to say, there's like this little, like when it's off, there's like a black circle with an X in it for the Xbox logo. When you turn it on, the black glows white, and that is hot. It looks
Yep.
That's great. I still don't like the controller. The D-pad feels like hella cheap. The actual like jack where you plug in your headphones to the controller is like too close to the left hand, and you hit it sometimes. They could have just literally moved it like 2 millimeters and it would have been much better. But that's okay. I will never complain about Sony's PlayStation 5 UI ever again, because like
it's really weird the way that it's laid out.
It's not good. It's not good. I want to see all of my games, and that's not what it does. Nope. It's very confusing. I still haven't figured it out. I still don't know what a game card is. I have no idea. It keeps wanting me to add them. I don't know. It's bad.
I seem to remember that like if you're in the interface, and I don't know if this has changed because I haven't turned on my Xbox in like 2 years, but like I seem to remember that if you, even when you're in the menu, if you hit the Xbox button on your controller, like it'll take you to like a pop-up where you can get to your games, I think.
Well, you still have to go into like my games. It'll show like games you have recently quick resumed or something, or recently played. Right. But yeah, it's not good. It's not good at all. I was kind of worried about the like the 512 gigabytes of storage it gives you. You only get like 364. I did go out and splurge and buy like the external SSD expansion just because I figured what the hell not. That sucker works really nice. You plug it in the back. It's like this little like postage stamp size thing. You plug it in. It's great. It works really well. Kudos. I get lots of audio issues when I'm playing with a headset connected either to the controller or via wireless. It like crackles and snaps in and out. I don't know what the problem is. It's the whole thing is just like, I don't know. It's like Android compared to iOS. Like the PlayStation 5 is such this polished, well-honed experience. And the Xbox is like, well, we just shoved a bunch of stuff in there and put a UI on it. Games! It's just not as cohesive. It's just, I just encountered a few handful of glitches, bugs. Quick resume, it's their like quickly switch between any games, and it like keeps your place. It works like 95% of the time. Every once in a while it just kind of freaks out. Not every game supports it, but it acts like it does. So like there's no warning that it's just going to quit your game. You just switch to it. It's like, boom, game gone. Again, it's just lacking that polish. Now let's talk about Game Pass. When I I fired it up, I signed into my old Xbox account. It's like, hey, do you want to try Game Pass for $1? I'm like, fuck it, yeah, $1 for the first month, perfect. It's not this magical land of awesome games that I expected. Now, let me preface this with saying, I love the type of games that are on the PlayStation platform. These AAA, highly produced, highly polished, single-player, story-driven games. there's just not a lot of those on Game Pass. It's a lot of smaller indie games. I mean, there are some big stuff in there. I did find some games that I really enjoyed. If this was like my only gaming, like I don't know if I'm going to keep Game Pass. I don't think it's going to, like, I don't think paying that subscription fee is going to be worth it for me. This is definitely not going to be my primary device. It's not going to be my secondary device. It'll be something I fire on every once in a while when there's something I really want to play that's on there. Maybe like I'll get Game Pass for like a month or something, play a game, let the subscription die. I don't know yet. I mean, I did find some games that I am enjoying. I'm enjoying Forza Horizon 4. Is it 4?
Great game.
Yeah, way more than I expected. I would. I haven't played a racing game for like probably a decade. That game is slick as hell. It runs really well. Yep. Though the whole time I'm playing and I'm like, this would be way better on the PlayStation 5 with 3D audio and the haptic, the better haptic rumble and the adaptive triggers. But still, it's good. I'm also playing Prey, first person kind of spooky survival first person shooter thing. It's also really good. I've tried some other things. I tried The Ascent. It didn't, like, that game is oozing with style, but I did not enjoy the game part of the game. Maybe it'd be better if it was like if I was playing it with somebody else, but I was not. Put a couple hours in. I was like, yeah, I'd just rather be driving my race cars around. I mean, I'm glad that I bought it. I'm glad that I tried it, but it's like everything about the PlayStation. Granted, I have the Series X, the Series S, not the X. I don't have the super high-end 4K teraflops coming out of its butt one, right? But I'm not sure that would make that much of a difference. Like, it's just not... Everything about it, to me, is not as good as the PlayStation 5. The games aren't as good. The controller's not as good. The user interface is not as good. Yeah, it's fine. I mean, like, don't get me wrong. I've been playing it, almost every night this week just to get a feel for it, and I've been having fun. Like I am enjoying myself playing games, but
it's not bad.
It's not
just
bad,
not
no.
as good as your other things.
It's good, not great. How about that?
Okay, I'll accept that.
Oh.
Now you mentioned something here that I think is really interesting, right? Like you're enjoying Forza Horizon 5, and like, Microsoft is a game studio as well, right? Like they own Bethesda,
Right.
They own a couple studios, and there's some really big releases coming up in the coming months, right? Like Forza Horizon 5 is coming in November.
That's
That'll
true.
be on Game Pass, right? Halo Infinite, it'll be there, right? Like all that stuff.
Yeah. I tried
But-
playing Halo 5 and I could not get into that game. Oof.
Yeah, I'm not a Halo player.
Mm-mm.
I'm
Nope.
not a Halo player, but still, right? That's part of the appeal of Game Pass is you're going to get these first party games sort of launched into the system, right? And you're right. There's a lot of games on there that aren't AAA games per se, right? There's a lot of like games that aren't $60, but games that are probably $30.
Yeah.
And some of them are great, some of them are okay. But yeah, I totally know where you're coming from there. I'm really intrigued by the comments about like 3D audio and that other stuff, like stuff that you would get if you had gotten the bigger one. But
well, even then, like so much of the experience of the PlayStation 5 is that controller. The haptic feedbacks, the rumble, the adaptive triggers, like it adds another level to the game where you just get like the Xbox controller just buzzes. Like it's night and day, and that's the same controller on the X versus as the S, right? It's just that immersiveness just isn't there.
Yeah, I mean, even if you got the Elite wireless, like I don't think you're not number one, you're not going to get adaptive, right? But you are going to get better rumble, and you are going to get better triggers.
You should really try one sometime.
I have one. Oh, you mean the PlayStation?
The PlayStation 5. Like,
oh yeah.
Like, you're playing Astro's Playroom for the first time, and you feel your character walking, and then it changes surfaces, and like you can tell that he's walking in sand because of the way that the controller feels. There's scenes where like rain is hitting your helmet and you can feel the raindrops on the controller, and it feels different than the footsteps. Like it's just like it's like the first time you felt like haptic feedback on an iPhone, like the really nice, like, you know, it's just, it's like that. It's not something buzzing. It's much more precise.
I get it. I totally get it. And I would love to try it. I just can't afford it.
Oh, geez. No, don't buy one from a scalper. Geez, don't do it. Like,
Now, have you done anything other than play games on it? Like you haven't like signed into Netflix or done anything else on it?
No.
Okay.
I'm not going to use it like that. Like it's literally connected to a TV that's got a Roku built in. It's already signed into everything. Like I don't need my game consoles to also play, movies or whatever. This is not my use case. I mean, that's what you do. Like, I'm sure it's great. Like, I'm sure as a streaming box, it works really well. It is like,
it works okay.
Yeah, it is. It's really quiet. Like, I was afraid that something that small was going to have like a big hella fan. It's dead quiet.
Pretty quiet.
It's absolutely silent. I was really impressed with that. Yeah, like there's nothing wrong with it. Like if there's games on there that like if you have a different like taste than me and you like Halo and like indie darlings and you want to replay, a bunch of Xbox 360 games, like go nuts. Like you won't be disappointed. It's just like for me, it's just it's not for me.
Yeah, I understand that.
Yeah,
and I think part of me was sort of expecting that. I think you might have been too.
Yeah, I was more disappointed with the games on Game Pass than I thought I was going to be. It just like I was expecting to have this embarrassment of riches, and I'm like, well, no, that's not really. And like, I think I don't know. We'll have to see how the math works out. Like, it may just be like, I'll just buy, Forza Horizon 5 when it comes out and just have it and not have to do Game Pass. Or like maybe what I'll do is, like I said, is I'll just get it for like, I won't buy a year subscription. I'll just get it like, I'm in an Xbox kind of mood and I'll buy a month or something. Yeah, we'll see. Yeah.
Okay. Well, since we're kind of there, right? You mentioned the thing that, Game Pass doesn't really have a lot of things right now. And I haven't heard you talk about any PlayStation games in a while, but we are sort of coming up into release season for new video games. Like, what are you excited for?
A lot of like the really like high end titles that I was really excited for got moved. Well, Horizon Forbidden West got moved to next year. But there's still a couple that I'm one that I'm excited about and one that I'm cautiously optimistic. I'm excited for the Marvel Guardians of the Galaxy video game that's coming out in October.
All right.
And I'm cautiously optimistic about, hold on, what is it called? Kenna Bridge of Spirits. It was one of the games they kind of showcased. It was like, I think it was supposed to be a launch title for the PS5, but it got pushed back. It's described as a story-driven action adventure in a charming world rich with exploration and fast-paced combat. And all of those are like, yes, that's exactly what I want. That's supposed to come out this month. How about that?
Okay. What else are you excited for? Is that about it?
Well, I mean, these games are like, PlayStation just had their big like PlayStation showcase where like they announced a bunch of games, but all those games aren't going to come out until next year at the earliest. Like I said, like Horizon Forbidden West is next year. God of War Ragnarok, I think, is next year. Spider-Man 2 is in 2023. They tease that. Though Insomniac is also making a Wolverine game, and that's going to be awesome. They announced some other things that'll be good, but honestly, like PlayStation's in a little bit of a I think they were gearing up to have a big fall, and then just delay after delay after delay, and now it's going to be kind of it is what it is. I'm still playing through the Ghost of Tsushima expansion, Iki Island. I'm still playing that. But what are you excited about, Drew? You have some games in here.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a shooter boy. I like shooting games, and a lot of the people that I play games with enjoy them too. I mean, for me, I think the big ones are going to be in October. We're going to get the new Battlefield game, which I don't know, man. The last few Battlefield games have really let me down. It sort of because for a long time I was a Call of Duty guy, and then I played like Battlefield 3 and Battlefield 4, and those games were just so good. And then like all the Battlefields since then, and I'm also like kind of throwing the Star Wars Battlefront games in there because Star Wars and nerds and
right.
Yeah, I get it, but none of those games were good. Like I just didn't enjoy them. I really wanted to enjoy the World War I variant, but I just couldn't, and I didn't even bother with Battlefield 5. So I've been sort of reading the previews and watching some of the videos that aren't supposed to be out there about the game, and Battlefield 2042 looks like it could be good. So I think they got me at least intrigued. So I will probably get that. And then Call of Duty Vanguard, which is going to be this year's Call of Duty. They're going back to the World War II setting. And that comes out in November, of course. So October and November, those will be the games that I think I'm probably going to get into. Game Pass, of course, has some good games coming out. Of course, Forza Horizon, the new one. Age of Empires 4 is a thing that's going to happen. That's also going to be on Game Pass for Xbox, I believe. So I've always been a fan of those games. So that's coming out. And those are the kind of the ones off the top of my head. I got to put Age of Empires on there, but yeah. So I'm excited for those. I can't think of any other ones that I'm really super excited about. I mean, I've been super deep in Destiny 2 again. Like I'm playing the new season.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm playing the new season, and it's got its hooks in me, and I'm really excited.
You and my son.
See,
yep.
Yeah, I'm really excited to see where they take the story because there's a villain they sort of reintroduced, and there's been a pretty interesting plot twist, and I just love the fact that there's a time traveling gay champion that you sort of follow around.
That's awesome. Okay.
Yeah, Shaxx. Yeah, or not Shaxx. Saint 14. Yeah, there's a whole thing. But yeah, I'm super enjoying it. I really like what they're doing the seasons, and then they're sort of teasing what the next expansion's going to be and all the stuff that's coming out. So when I'm not playing those games, I will probably still be on my Destiny 2 bullshit.
Cool.
Yeah, I'm pretty jazzed about that. Now, one thing I could use your help with though is I am in the market for a new TV.
Oh,
and
geez.
I have recommended TVs to people, and like I sort of have an idea of what I need. But you have bought a TV more recently than me.
Yeah, but like things change so much.
I know. And
if,
by the way, the Wirecutter's paywalled now.
Yeah, I know. So yeah.
So I'm like really struggling to figure out what I need to buy. Like, just let me set the stage here. At my old house, I had a TV in my bedroom. TVs have been repurposed in this house.
Okay.
My goal was to basically take the TV that is currently in my living room and move that into my bedroom. And I need a bigger TV to sort of replace the one in there. Now, I am not a home theater guy anymore. There was a period of my life where I was home theater guy. Like I had a big, nice TV when LCD TVs were new and a kick-ass sound system for my house. And like, I don't get hard for that anymore, right? Like I want a TV that has doesn't have to be super great, but it has to be a nice picture. And I'm good with a good Sonos soundbar. Okay. But I do want a nice-ish TV that's going to look good on my wall.
OLED?
And see, I don't know. Like, is it worth it?
So what are you primarily going to do with this thing? Is this primarily for the consumption of media, like watching television, movies, streaming, that kind of stuff?
Sometimes.
Okay.
It is in the room where my game table is, and I will be doing one of two things in that room. Watching TV sort of passively.
Okay.
Right? Like watching things that I have on Plex or watching things on like YouTube or whatever. Or it's on in the background when I'm playing a game.
Okay. So here's so Wirecutter is obviously no longer a thing. But you know what is still a thing? Artings.
Artings. Yeah. Okay.
Artings. They they've up they have their article of the 6 best TVs. It was last updated in summer, and I'm pretty sure technically it's still summer. Uh and they have some pretty good options, I think, for they have like 6 big reviews, and they have this like big blob at the bottom of like honorable mentions. uh Obviously, like, like if you really want to spend a lot of money, they're recommending one of the LG OLEDs.
Hmm.
What size are you looking to get?
I want to go big, man. I want to go like at least 60.
Okay. The LG,
And that's
yeah,
the LG is about $2,000 on
it is.
Amazon. I
It
wonder if it's
is.
cheaper. Micro Center usually has pretty
Yeah.
good deals. Let me see.
Yep. Uh,
So if I go to electronics here, uh, 4K Ultra TVs. This is it. What is it? LG
yeah, LG OLED 65C1.
65. Okay, 60 and greater. OLED 65. What is it?
It's the C1.
C1.
OLED 60, yeah. C1, I guess, is the model number. Yeah. Or the brand name. Yep.
Okay, the C1 at Micro Center is about the same price as Amazon.
Okay.
It's about $2,100.
Now, I've also heard really good things. Well, that's the same price. Why would you do, okay, never mind. I'm going to take that back. Uh and honestly, like, one of their other options, I'm sure this one is much cheaper. Let's see what the price is on this one. Uh is the I've heard really good things about the Vizio, their latest Quantum series. Uh that sucker's big. Uh
Yeah, that's the 75. I don't think I need one quite that big.
they have the 65. You can buy the 65 for $700 at Best
How
Buy.
much?
$700. Uh it uses the quantum LED, so it's like the QLED, uh which, or they're basically, it's LED backlight, but they're smaller and there's more of them, so you get better, you get like HDR, like, your high dynamic range, almost as good as you can get from an OLED. Obviously not quite, because each pixel in an OLED is individually controlled, including the light.
Hmm.
But I think, honestly, if I remember correctly, I think they're actually sourcing these panels from Samsung, and just putting the Vizio, the bare minimum amount of, stuff around it, and selling them. Uh, so I think, like, if you weren't going to go, obviously, if you're going to go OLED, I think that still everyone says LG's the way to go. They're the only ones making good OLED televisions. I've heard good things about the user interface for the LGs. I guess is actually built on like WebOS and stuff. Supposedly it's really, really good. Great picture quality, of course. They are a little bit pricier because OLED's still expensive, but if you just wanted something that had a good picture quality and not a lot of bells and whistles, I think you still could do a lot worse than those Vizio, the new latest Vizio.
I mean,
Quantum series.
I have a Vizio now. I mean, there's Best Buy has a Vizio 65-inch P series Quantum for about level like
Yeah.
$1,100.
There you go.
I wonder if they actually have that in stock. Maybe I'll go over there and get one tomorrow. Delivery in 6 days. Unavailable within 50 miles of Tuttle Crossing. Great. Great.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I don't know, man. Like, I'm just so out of that world. There was a time where I was like ingrained in that stuff and I knew every detail, and like there's just such a dilution. And it's not just to TVs. There's just such a dilution of product lines now, where there's like OLED, and then there's like Quantum OLED, and then it's just like, can't we just have one? Like, can't we just make this easier for consumers like me? Like, why do there have to be 200 different like SKUs. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Get off my lawn.
There are certain models that like, well, if you want this particular feature or you want the extra HDMI port, you have to get this particular model, and they only sell those at Costco. And yeah,
that's the other thing too. Like it's this exclusivity thing is.
Yep.
But I get it. That's how these retailers stay competitive, right? Is being able to offer products that other retailers can't. So like I get it. Just makes my life harder.
Just remember, whatever TV you get, go to Artings and follow their guide how to set it up properly so you get the best picture quality.
Tell me more.
You don't know about this?
No.
Oh, geez. Let's see if I can find one for these. Here, like this is a good example. I'll drop a note in there. So they take every TV they review, they kind of run it through a bunch of tests to basically determine, like, if you want the most true, accurate, how the director, wanted you to see movies, how to go through every television and navigate the hellscape that is television menus, and what settings to do and what you should set and what settings you should adjust depending on your room and your personal preference, and things you should absolutely not change. Like for this particular one, it's like, okay, set contrast at 50, black level at 50, color at 50. Whoa. Like it'll go through and tell you all that for every television that they review.
Wow.
What to turn on, what to turn off, what picture mode to leave it on. It's absolutely absolutely amazing.
Settings for gaming.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yep. Yeah, and they do this for every television they review. Yeah.
That is very helpful.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Yep.
Yeah, it's like the first thing I do with the new TV now is I just sit there and I follow the, a lot of times they even have like pictures of the menus so you can see, like, make sure you're on the right spot. Yeah, it's really good. Mm-hmm.
I'm very intrigued.
Yep, Artings, great site.
Wow, yeah. I didn't I swear to God, I never knew that this was a thing.
Yep.
I'm going to spend a lot of time here over the next few days.
Dude, and if you want a rabbit hole, man, that they have like YouTube, like video reviews, like they go into depth. They give everything, all their TV's ratings based off of like their categories is like movie, TV, sports, video games, HDR gaming. And if you want to use it for like your PC, and they rate each of those individually, it's a great website. Cause you can really focus on what your priority is, and get a TV that meets your needs. And like a lot of times, even like their reviews are great as well, because like one of the things TV manufacturers like to do is like they'll make like their 60-inch and like larger, like better than their smaller ones. So like the 55-inch of the same model may not be as good. And a lot of times in the reviews, they'll let you know exactly what the differences is. Like, hey, if you buy the 55-inch, this is like you only get this many dimming zones instead of this many, or like they give you all that kind of details as well. So yeah, they really care about televisions. Yep.
I am so into this. Man,
yeah, they nerd out.
How did I never know about this website? I'm like ashamed that I didn't know this was a thing. Like I feel literal shame about this.
I'm a little surprised you didn't know as well. But yeah, this is where I went to when I picked my television. Obviously, like for me, like the stuff I cared about was like HDR gaming, so I really got into that. And I didn't want something larger than 55 inches, so I think I picked at the time what I thought was the best 55-inch television in my budget.
Wow.
For HDR gaming, but yeah, you can go nuts. Yep.
Damn, son.
Mm-hmm.
All right, yeah, I'm gonna need some time with this. I'm gonna need some serious time with this.
Yeah, it's a good website. Absolutely.
Okay. All right. Thank you for that. Number one. Number two, I'm here with a little bit of a PSA.
Okay.
Get yourself a good squeegee.
A squeegee?
Yeah. How do you clean your shower, Paul?
Oh, yes. Good call. Yes, you need a squeegee for your shower.
All right, now I'm gonna blow your mind here a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
When you clean the windows at your house, how do you do it?
Clean windows in my house? Huh?
Yeah.
What? I don't do that.
Okay. For a number of years, right? So growing up, one of the things that
Windex and a vacuum cleaner to get like all the crud out of the bottom. That's really about it. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So, one thing that was like a chore growing up in my house that I always helped my mom with was cleaning the windows. And like we had double hung windows in like the house I grew up in, and like a couple times a year we would like, take the curtains down and unhinge the windows, and like I would either hold them or she would hold them, and then like we'd spray them with water or vinegar or Windex or whatever, and we would clean them and make sure they were streak free, which if you're OCD, like good luck.
Right.
But I about a year ago I decided that I was going to up my game, because I would like keep every spring and every fall I would clean the windows at my last house. And what I discovered is that if you go online, and I'm trying to find the kit, like, because you can buy a kit where like you can get like a professional grade squeegee, like the guys that hang off skyscrapers get. Now, granted, the guys that hang off skyscrapers like have those huge squeegees because they're cleaning huge glass windows. You don't need one that big. Like, it's probably bigger than your windows. But like you can get one that's really good and flat and has like a good rubber, like, I don't know what the right word is. It sort of sits in there. But you get yourself a sponge and you get yourself some window cleaner, and like you hit it with the sponge to get it all soapy, and then you hit it with the squeegee. And brother, I'm here to tell you, not only do some of these kits come with soap that don't leave streaks, but like that squeegee gets everything off of there, man. Let me see if I can find you the one that I bought. And in the new house, I have these huge casement windows, and window cleaner squeegee professional. God, where is it? I want the one that comes with the cleaner. Like, there's some that you can get like on handles. Oh, man, they're here. Just here. Just here. just here. Like, go to this link, okay? And like, you want to go down another rabbit hole here, bud.
Oh, okay.
You can get microfiber ones. You can get little nice ones. Amazon Fresh, neat. Let me see if I can't find the one that I bought. But you're also going to want to get yourself a good cleaning soap for your windows. Okay. Squeegee Off Super Concentrate. Like, some of the stuff you actually get the concentrate and like you mix it.
You have to mix it. Yeah.
I mean, this does for my windows what Screen Mom did for my phone.
Oh.
Right. So if you are in a mood to clean your windows, it's a weird sort of thing to want to buy, but it is so much better than trying to do this with like soap and like paper towels, or even microfiber cloths. I think don't do a good enough job.
Yeah.
But like this window washing kit with scrubber and combo, maybe this is close. Like, this is very close to what I have right here. Let me put this one in here. Now, this doesn't come. Oh my God, what happened to that?
Wow. That link is something special.
Spicy.
Clicking on that thing right now. Oh, okay.
Yeah, this Squeegee Off stuff, this soap they sell at this concentrate, I think it's what we have. You get yourself a nice bucket. You get yourself one of these, man, and you will have the cleanest windows on your block. You'll be the first kid on your block with clean windows. And like, I'm not talking about like an $8 or $12 squeegee you buy at Target, because those things are plastic and they break and they're not flat, and like they don't clean anything. Like, they're good at moving water around, but they don't clean anything. These boys, man, they will get your windows fucking clean, dude. So I'm just here to say that if you're in the mood to really get some stuff clean on the exterior of your house, especially your windows, interior too, invest in one of these. They're not sponsoring us. We don't get paid ever, but like, nope. go get yourself a good squeegee.
Ooh, and apparently you can buy other things that go on the end of the pole, like a fruit picker.
Fruit picker. Saw that too. Yeah, all kinds of handy dandy attachments. Feather duster, fan duster, cobweb duster, fruit picker basket. Like, one of these things is not like the other.
Yeah,
There's like
exactly.
4 dusters and a fruit picker.
What else can we put on the end of the poll? Well,
I have ideas.
yeah, I was gonna say.
Yeah. What kind of attachment do I need for a fleshlight?
Oh.
All right, let's get out of here before this gets even weirder.
Yeah, let's make sure I didn't add anything to the cart. Great. Okay, we're good. Hey, you can find us on the internet, doingbest.com, and on Twitter at doingbestpod. I'm on Twitter at Paul Baylor. And where can we find you, Drew?
I'm on Twitter at Pittferg, Pittferg.
All right. Thanks for listening, everybody.
Bye-bye.